filet mignon. Comes from the tenderloin, but so do the medallions and the tenderloin tips. But they are a lot less expensive than that really expensive filet mignon that you go out to a restaurant and pay $50, $60 for 1 8-ounce steak. As you're seeing there, it's buttery, it's lean, but it's so flavorful. It is literally melt in your mouth, tender, not a stitch of fat on there, but so much flavor. We haven't seen this in a year as a Today's Special Value. And last year, it was just the tenderloin tips. The year before that, Chef Ralph.
Hello.
It was the choice of the filet or the medallions or the tenderloin tips. This time, let me show you what we're doing. Okay. We are doing all of that. Where are they?
Where?
All of the big, right here.
Right.
Okay.
Right here.
Sorry, I was looking past this. You are getting the medallions. The medallions are 2 ounces each. You're getting 16 of them. 16. They come in 4 packs of 4, so 8 ounces in each pack. These will come to you vacuum packed and frozen, wet aged for 28 days, just like the filet mignon, but much more affordable. So you're getting 16 of those. Before it was a choice, now you're also getting the tenderloin tips. 3 pounds of the tenderloin tips, and those are gonna be perfect for your cooking. So medallions, center of the plate, and then the tips for tacos or chili or a bolognese, but with the taste and the health benefits of that lean filet mignon. If purchased separately, value $159. We are at just under $100 for 1 day only. And can you believe we have this on auto delivery? So every 90 days for a year, you get to lock in that price. It's gonna ship to you for free every time, and you're gonna lock in the $25 easy pay. So that's all you charge on your credit card right now. And then again, you are getting 16 2-ounce medallions and 3 pounds of the tips. If you got the Today's Special Value last year, which was this exact time,
right,
and you were on auto delivery, your auto delivery is about to run out. So let's get it going again, because filet every day, right? Please share your story. We would love to hear from you. Our Share Your Story line is open, 1-800-395-1601. I'm on a special eating plan right now, and I'm gonna share my story in just a moment, but I wanna introduce you to Chef Ralph Pallarino.
Hello, hello.
He brings us Kansas City Steaks, which has been in business since 1932.
1932, yeah. So here's what we love. Let's start with the medallions. So like you said, they come 4 to a pack, which is equivalent to a juicy center cut 8-ounce filet mignon.
Right.
This is filet mignon, make no mistake. The tips, the medallions, this is filet mignon cut from the tenderloin, which we'll show you in a second. So what do we love about the medallion? So this is for someone who's not super adventurous in the kitchen, someone who just wants filet mignon, but is apprehensive about cooking that filet. So we wanted to empower you. We want to make it easy for you to make these perfectly 2-ounce medallions. So you said, we were talking about this earlier. So first of all, we love the thickness, right? About a ½ inch thick, cooks about 2 or 3 minutes on each side. But just look at this. So each one is 2 ounces. So in the event we want a petite filet, which is like the average, people love that 4-ounce filet. All you're gonna do is take 2 of those medallions out, put them together, and now you have a 4-ounce filet that's already cut. So if we want a 6-ounce filet, all we do is put 3 on the cutting board.
And
1, 2, 3.
How much would you spend at a steakhouse, which Kansas City Steak provides their meat? How much would you pay for an 8-ounce steak? $50, $60?
Easy.
In this case, you're getting 16 of the 2 ounces, and they come in 4 packs of 4. So that's perfect. Like for me and my family, we can pull these out at any time and then decide how much does each person want. If you're alone or if it's just you and your husband, then it's so much easier this way too, to have to not pull out an 8-ounce filet that you would have paid twice the price for this anyway. And it is still from the tenderloin, so it is filet mignon.
Yeah, and we're gonna show you in a second, but what can we do with these medallions, right? I mean, that's why we're doing it, right?
What can you not do? Center of the plate, some veggies, and your twice-baked potatoes also.
It's getting warm out. We love our caprese salad. We love our mozzarella. We love our tomatoes. So in this case, what I've done is sliced up some mozzarella. and I'm just gonna go like this. Now this is like a mini version, but can you imagine a larger version on your table?
Wow.
Okay, and I'm gonna ask you to kind of open that for me.
Oh, sure.
Okay, so I took 4 of them. Look at that.
Oh, that's amazing. I love this right here.
Air fryer, oven, flat top, Blackstone. It's that easy. They cook so fast.
Okay, so here's my story. My mom and husband and I are on this wellness program right now. It's very lean protein, lots of protein, vegetables, not a lot of oil throughout part of the week. And these cook so easy. So usually I have my husband cook meat. Like there's just something where I'm like, I don't know, cooking meat is not easy for me. But he wasn't home the other night, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna look at the guide, which they give you, and the seasoning as well. The seasoning is so delicious. And it was literally just like you take them out of the freezer the night before. I took them out that morning, and then you put them on the skillet 2 minutes each side, maybe 3 minutes, depending on what you like. And they were done, and they were seared beautifully. And I did it myself, and they were so delicious. And my mom said, oh, I wish we could eat like this every night because it makes this diet so much easier. And I said, well, in this case, we can, because it's a more affordable way to do it, and you're gonna show us why right now.
And an easier way to cook it, because let's face it, a lot of times what people do is they'll take a big expensive filet mignon and butterfly it because they want to cook it faster, which tends to unfortunately dry it out. In this case, it's already cut in small increments. That, like you said, as soon as it hits that heat, there's no fat on it. They just cook really fast. So where does these medallions and tips come from? So if we look on the board here, this right here is the tenderloin, okay? This whole thing is the tenderloin. Right here is where I would cut those big, expensive, center-cut filet mignons. Filet mignon is a byproduct of the tenderloin. We call it filet mignon because it's cut from the center, and then what happens is the tenderloin tends to taper off. So as soon as it starts to taper off right here, we grab those medallions. And then as it progresses, it gets even more tapered. That's where we get the tips. Still filet mignon, taken from the tail and the wing of the tenderloin. Again, tenderloin just means the large piece of meat, but the filet mignons is the cut that's cut from the center, and then it tails down. So make no mistake.
And there's not very many there. So it takes you months to get enough.
7 months it took us to get all this.
And then, and remember, what you're getting is not a choice of. We've done a choice of in the past where you had to decide, do I want the medallions or the tips? In this case, you're getting both. And if you were on auto delivery last year, which was just the tips, yours is ending right now, and so today is the day. $159 value. You are getting 16 of the medallions, 4 packs of 4 that will come to you frozen like this and vacuum packed. And then the tips will come in 3 1-pound packages like this. And those you're gonna get so creative with us right now. But a total of 5 pounds would be $159. We are at just under $100 for 1 day. Shipping to you for free. $25 is a charge on your card, and you get to pay it off over the next 4 months.
So when you're holding up that 1-pound bag, there's about 16 of these tips in one bag. Make no mistake, when we freeze them, they look kind of like, you're like, well, there's no way there's 16 of them. Trust me, there's about 16.
But that keeps it nice and fresh. So how long in the freezer?
12 months. Now, this will, when you defrost them, they will be fresher than if you went to your grocery store and bought a filet mignon. And by the way, grocery stores don't have filet tips and medallions because they just can't harvest them as much as we can. So right here, I have 3 of those tips. And you see how they vary in size, but then when you open one up, you still have
the same, that buttery, delicious.
Look at that. That is.
Can I please have a bite?
100%. I'm gonna put a little bit right here.
Thank you so much.
And I'm gonna hit you a little bit of seasoning.
Oh yes, please. The seasoning is so delicious, and it just makes it taste like you are at a restaurant, a 5-star restaurant.
And these cook faster than chicken. I mean, this is as easy as it gets because of how lean they are. Okay.
That was too big of a bite.
That's okay.
I got it.
But you see how juicy this is? So we wet age all our meat, all right? And what that means is that it's sitting its own juices. The enzymes break that meat down, make it really, really tender, if filet could be any more tender, but it also gives you a pop of flavor, that steakhouse flavor. And again, look at how nice that is, right?
Oh, it is so buttery. That's the only word I can think of. So tender and still so flavorful. You would think that you need fat and like marbling and all of that for it to be flavorful, but that's what I love about filet. is that I don't like those pieces of fat, but it's still so flavorful.
Yeah, and so our recipe is we start with grass. We grass feed the cattle. And then we finish it with corn. The corn is what gives you that flavor. The flavor is so distinct for a filet mignon to have flavor because, like you said, there's no fat to it. But with the corn, it adds a dimension of flavor. You take the wet aging, the corn, the grass, and you have this recipe for the most perfect filet mignon you've ever had. Let's have some fun with it.
Yes, please.
Okay.
Have you ever heard of filet mignon chili?
Okay. Oh, yeah.
What about filet mignon chili or a stew with filet mignon? I mean, usually that's an inferior,
Cuts of meat.
cut of meat that you would use.
So, all right. So, let's say you want to make a stew, like literally in 30 minutes. Normally, you can't because usually stew meat takes 2 to 3 hours to break down to become slightly tender.
Right.
In this case, you can make a stew with the filet tips in 30 minutes because it's already tender. You don't have to do anything to the meat. Now, how about a bolognese sauce? Everyone loves a good bolognese sauce. So what you're going to simply do, and I'll show you here, is you're going to take your KitchenAid. You're going to put like 4 or 5 of those tips in the KitchenAid and pulse it and make ground filet. Now, from there, you can make this beautiful bolognese sauce that I'm just going to literally put on top of some noodles. You could do the zucchini noodles, right?
Yes, we could do that.
How beautiful is that? Again,
and how flavorful. And to be able to get that lean protein. We're so protein deficient in this country. And it's so good for us, especially to keep that lean muscle mass. But if you're just having like dry chicken breasts all the time, you're never gonna stay on any wellness program. You're never gonna stay on any diet. When you can eat like this and make it affordable to do it more often instead of like when you're having a special celebration, that's when you try out Kansas City's filet mignon. The Medallions tips, you're getting both. What do we have here? And there's so much entertaining coming up.
Oh, you read my mind.
And grilling.
Right. So if you're an entertainer like me, you love to wow people.
Yeah.
Okay? You want people to walk away going, did that guy just give me filet mignon?
Yeah.
So what I did here is I did a little filet tip crostini. So I simply took some pickled onions, a little bread that I toasted, rubbed with garlic, and then a little chimichurri sauce on the side. Now, can you imagine, again, having some friends over and passing this around? It not only tastes good, but it really makes everybody feel special.
Special,
And that's what it's all about, right?
Every day is a celebration. I mean, if you do have celebrations coming up, the Medallions are that center of the plate. And if you do just have like, you know, a random Tuesday that you want to really treat yourself and treat your family, look at all of these delicious meals that you can offer. And I feel like, you know, when you're the host, especially when you get to, you know, that certain age, here we call it the age of possibility, where, you know, you're like 50 plus, and really it is the prime of your life. And that's when you really want to, well, we always, you know, our whole lives, especially as mothers, like you're always serving. But this allows you to have that experience where you're serving and giving to those who you love something so special. You get to enjoy it for yourself. Maybe you are on a wellness journey and you need to get that protein in, and like that really lean, delicious protein that will keep you on that plan. This is going to help you do that. You are getting 5 pounds for less than $100. Shipped to you for free on a $25 charge on a credit card. Closing in on 5,000 orders placed today. We haven't seen these in a year. If you were on auto delivery last year, you were just getting the tips. This year, it's time to get back on auto delivery again because you lock in our best price that we are, I mean, a today's special value price is the best price that we do. And this is a brand since 1932 that has been providing steaks for top restaurants, and here right to your door at QVC. You're getting 16 of the Medallions. They come in 4 packs of 4. And then you're getting 3 pounds of the tips, and those come in 3 1-pound packs that are vacuum sealed, frozen, will last in the freezer for a year. Now you can choose these immediately if your mouth is watering like mine is. You want these coming to you right now. If you want to wait to get closer to the warm weather, we can do the week of April 21st, or we can do the week of May 5th. Now, if you're like me and you want to keep them coming all the time, because that's every 90 days for a year on auto delivery, I would pick a couple of those ship weeks.
Yeah.
And then it's alternating. So you're getting them more often than every 90 days for a year. And that's how you lock in your price with auto delivery.